Ain't that what they say? Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes out all my scriptures in the room. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on my screen. Let me get y'all set up right real quick. Trying to get y'all set up right real quick. Trying to get y'all even so that it won't be look like I'm doing too much of this right here. You know what I'm saying? I already be looking from the left to the right, but I don't want to be doing it too much. How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on my screen as y'all come in to the room on this morning. Good morning, Grand Rising, Rich Rising. How you doing, Crystal Love? I see you over there. What's going on, Lynn? Double tap on my screen real quick. Do me a favor real quick over there, Crystal Love, if you can go and write in the Facebook chat for them to send Cash App, not to send stars this morning, so I can pin that comment. Yes, I'm still having issues with my Facebook payout, so that's how we're going to do it. You guys can, on Facebook, you guys can wait until the end of the live if you like, and you could just send one payment. That way you won't have a lot of payments. You could just send one payment of whatever it is, from 5, 10, whatever it is that you want to drop for that morning live. You can do it that way because the payout on Facebook right now is currently, for whatever reason, I don't know why, y'all. I've been trying to work on it since last Thursday, trying to update it since last Thursday, but Meta has a issue with my Facebook payout for some reason, straight out the blue. I don't know, just happened. So yeah, and what I don't want to do is I don't want to not be live on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to not be live on Facebook. I also have a new Facebook page that if they don't get this corrected, then I'm just going to move over to it. This Leroy S. Hall. Leroy S. Hall. I'll be moving over to that page to strictly do. There it goes. To strictly do the lives and the reels. If you guys have noticed, I haven't dropped any new reels over on that page either. And that is the reason why they still haven't gotten it corrected yet. So I've only been dropping reels on Instagram and YouTube. And of course, I've still been live on all 3 platforms because when it comes down to this word, I'm going to give this word regardless. So again, you guys can wait to the end of the live if you like on Facebook, and you guys can just drop y'all blessing at the end of the live. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this morning walk, word, and worship. We do this every single morning, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. until 9:30, sometimes 10 o'clock. Ain't no telling when we get over here, right? Ain't no telling what time we gonna get over here and get into it, but this is what we do, working on mind, body, and soul. That's right, that's top tier self-care. We get our mental win, our physical win, and our spiritual win right here. And for the past week or so, we've been talking about sleepwalkers, right? We've been talking about sleepwalkers and the importance of getting from around folk that are wide sleep. So just a little refresher real quick. When we're talking about sleepwalkers, we're talking about people who are walking around unconscious in life, right? Unaware in life. They got a lot of different stuff going on, and you just kind of like, how is it that you still operating with that same type of mentality? How is it that you still showing up in life that same exact way when you already see that that's not working for you? How in the world can you wake up and do the same thing over and over and over again and see that it's not working, but still continue to do that same exact thing that you see that it's not working for you? And this right here is what we've been talking about, right? We've been talking about getting to a place in life where we're not afraid, right? We're not afraid to let go of those old ways, not afraid to cut ties with that old version of ourselves. Y'all go ahead. I see everybody is coming in right now. Y'all go ahead and double tap on the screen, but y'all go ahead and put that in your notes real quick. It's about freeing yourself from your old self. Freeing yourself from your old self. Double tap on the screen as you're coming in. TikTok, go ahead and get up to 10K. We need to get that 10K on TikTok. We need 9 more badges. I seen Lynn sent the badge. We need 9 more badges on IG to reach our 10 badge goal. Come on. I'm on the way. I can tell you what, I can tell you this. I can tell when we're going to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I can tell when we're going to have a good time. I can tell when the word is going to be powerful. Is when it be like you just can't get right. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like when you just can't get right, you be trying to get your stuff together, then you left this, you left that, got to do this, got to do that. That's when you know that the word gonna be the word, because the enemy don't fight you that hard for no reason at all. Thank you, Gigi. We need 4 more. We got to see y'all over there. Y'all got 6 badges right now. Y'all need 4 more badges. The enemy don't fight you that hard for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So the moment that you start having, like I was getting choked doing the devotion, then had to get up and go all the way outside, come back in, drinking water and everything else, trying to get it, trying to get the enemy don't fight you that hard for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? That whenever, and let's just talk about that for a second right quick. Let's talk about that for a second real quick. See, you have to understand, sometimes y'all be looking at y'all life and y'all be like, man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that. Baby, when you start dealing with stuff in life, thank you so much, Gail Loves. When you start going through stuff like that in your life on that level, you got to understand that the only reason why you being attacked that way is because the enemy knows that your breakthrough is right there on the other side already, and is trying to do his best to get you distracted, to get you discouraged, so that you will break down before your breakthrough. That's his job. That's what his mission, his whole entire mission, his whole entire setup is about getting you, tricking you, finessing you, bamboozling you into throwing away the towel, into destroying yourself. Because once you realize that he doesn't have the power to destroy you, he only has the power to trick you, now you're knowledgeable of how he works. Now when you show up, what we talked about yesterday, I said he don't even have the power or the authority over you. The enemy does not have the power nor the authority over you. The only way that the enemy is able to destroy you, the enemy is able to hurt you or put you in a crazy predicament, is if you are participating. Understand me? What you say, Coach? That's if you are participating. You have to participate in what the enemy is doing in order for it to have any type of effect on your life. Did you know that? That's good. That's good. That's good right now. You got to participate in it. If you don't participate in what it is that he got going on, then he does not have the advantage over you. If you understand that, hear that, understand that, let that sit and soak inside. Your participation, it's required. He cannot do anything to you if you're not engaging in what it is that he got going on. That's the reason why I told you what grandmama used to say back in the day. If you destroy the head, then the body will also die. If you destroy this right here, then this right here, this is not going to function without that. Understand me? So when you lock in, or understand, when you don't give it that attention, when you don't want to be, I'm not dealing with that, not going over that, not feeding into that, not doing this, not doing that, then guess what happened? Then all of a sudden, because you don't give it your attention, because you don't feed that situation or that scenario, because you don't go over there indulging into that negativity, because you don't go over there trying to tell your side of the story, trying to make it make sense to them, trying to make them get on board, then guess what happened in that situation? Guess what happened? It starved out and you don't hear no more about it. Everybody moved right on. Why? Because people are not concerned about the things that you got going on in your life the way that you think that they are. The only time that people are heavily concerned about what you got going on is when they see that you are affected by it. If you don't give it the time or the attention, they'll let it go. If you stop crying about it, they'll let it go. If you don't go over there, be having no panic attacks, stress attacks, and anxiety attacks about it, they will walk smooth away from it. They will go on and try to find something else to get up under your skin. Why? Because they see that that thing right there no longer has any type of effect. And that's in every area of your life. Friendship, familyship, jobship, relationship, situationship, they all behave the same. Fred said, wait a minute, this is a word. They all, if you think about it, they all behave the same. The people that you be dealing with, the only reason why they threaten to let you go and break up and do this and that, because they see that every time that they say that, you start crying. Because every time they say that, then you fall in line. That every time that they say y'all about to be done and you can just move on and they don't want to be bothered no more, they already know what your reaction is going to be. This is how the enemy operates. That's the same way it is on the job. As soon as you go to them folk job and you don't do what they want you to do, how they want you to do it, then the first thing they try to threaten you with is what? Your job. They try to bring up your job. Oh, well, if you can't do it, then I'll find somebody else to do it. Understand me, to try to get you to step into doing exactly what they want you to do, how they want you to do it. Oh, if you can't be here, and they don't care about the emergency that you have in your own personal life. They don't care about the fact that you over there going through hell in your own personal life. They will still hit you with the, if you can't do it, we'll find somebody else to do it. Like, you don't see how it's raining in my life? You don't see what it is that I'm going through? No, because people are not concerned about you. They're concerned about the service that you provide. This is what you have to understand. And it's not just in a relationship, in a jobship. That's how it is as well when you're dealing with your children. Your children are the ones too that'll look you directly in your face and make it seem like you ain't never said yes before. As soon as you say no, make you feel like you're the worst mama, worst daddy in the world because you didn't say no. It's manipulation. People know how to get up under your skin. People study you, whether you think that they don't or not. Put that in your notes real quick. You have to be careful. These monitoring spirits, y'all call them monitoring spirits in 2025. But baby, back in the day, we understand, we say they study. They studying you. This is what we used to call it back then. Understand, I'm 47. I'm about to be 47 in March, right? I'm about to be 47. So we didn't call it monitoring back then. We used to look at folk and we say, you studying me. You know what I'm saying? Studying me is that you're sitting over there and you're watching me. You're trying to learn me. Understand me. You're trying to figure me out. That's what we meant when we would look at folk and say, oh, you're trying to study me. Hey, listen, you might want to put that in your note because y'all say monitoring, baby, but we don't call it baby, you trying to study me. And when somebody tell you that they're trying to study you, what you studying me for? What you studying me for? You have to be careful because folk will try to study you to try to manipulate you. They'll try to study you to try to, you know what I'm saying? They'll try to finesse you, to try to get up under your skin. They try to learn your triggers, try to learn learn your behaviors. Understand me? So that they can use those things against you. And this is why I tell y'all all the time as well. What do I say to y'all all the time? I say learn your triggers, learn the things that you're dealing with, the deficits, the weak areas in your life. Learn what those things are, so that when you learn what those things are, then guess what? At that moment, when you become knowledgeable of those things, now you create the healthier response for those things. Because if you don't create the healthier response for your triggers, for the things that bother you in the deepest of your heart, then guess what the enemy will do? The enemy will develop them. Understand me? He'll have you over there developing what I tell this to y'all all the time, coping skills to deal with the dysfunctional behavior, coping skills to deal with the brokenness, coping skills to deal with, understand, your past trauma. Baby, hiding it won't heal it. Understand me? You can't sit over here and say, oh yeah, well, I ain't going through this no more and I ain't going through that no more. No, you ain't going through it no more because you ain't been outside. Understand me? You are wide sleep. We've been talking about sleepwalkers, developing the mentality that, right? I'm just jumping right on in right now. Understand, developing that mentality that just because you stay isolated, understand, it's hard to get triggered when you isolated because you're inside. You're away from everybody. Understand me? You don't know that you're really healed. You don't know that you're really living up to your fullest potential and operating at that level that you've graded yourself on until you get out there, understand me, around folk that actually trigger you. You don't know that until then. Hello? You don't know that until you get out there, right? If you're inside and you separated from everybody, then you're making the assumption that you're on one level that you're really not on. And what I'm telling you right now is I talked about the people in the Bible that was sleep. Now I'm showing you how we be sleep right now in 2025. Because you're thinking that your isolation is healing. Isolation is not healing. Baby, you sleep. Wake up. What you say? Isolation is not healing. Put it in your notes. Isolation is not healing. Understand me. Isolation is not healing. When you're in your isolation stage is when the healing process, understand me, is taking place. When you're in your isolation stage, that's when you're operating with your pressure plan and you're learning to read, to fast, to study, right? That's where the process starts to happen. You start to put the ointment on there, right? There's stages to healing. There's stages to healing. Let's just be real. The first stage is when the damage is done. When the damage is there, it's just a wide open wound, right? When there's There's stages to healing. Pay attention. When it's right there, right? When you over there, it's just the damage. It's just been done. But once you get that damage that's done, you have to do what? Anything, if you grew up in the South, the first thing that your grandmama gonna tell you is do what? Take it in there in the sink, right? You got to go to the sink. You got to go do what? You got to wash it off. Understand me? So it's stages to it. First, you're damaged. Now you got to go wash out that wound. What you mean wash out that wound? You got to go make sure that, yeah, because you didn't got hurt, understand me, you have to make sure ain't no small pieces of rock or small pieces of fabric or anything, whatever it is that you hurt yourself with, you have to go wash that out so that you won't do what? You won't allow it to heal with those small pieces down in the inside. So now the second stage, first is you got hurt, right? So the second thing is what? Now you got to wash it off. Why are you washing it off? Because you don't want it to heal and it have fragments of what broke you. One, you got hurt. Two, you got to wash it off. Why are you washing it off though, coach? Why are you doing that? Because you don't need to leave no fragments behind. Understand me. You don't need no small pieces of what hurt you. That thing that hurt you, you don't need none of that. Those small pieces, you don't need those small pieces to be left behind. It's the reason why you have to wash it off. You have to go in there and rinse, let that water run down into it. And for a minute, understand me, for a minute, it is going to sting just a little bit, just for a moment. But I promise you, the more that you let the water run inside of it and clean it out, it's going to feel better and better. And it's going to start to feel that smoothing type of feeling, right? So you have to understand it. So you have to wash it out, clean it out, wash it out really good so that you don't leave no small fragments behind. Because if you leave small pieces of what damaged you, you leave that behind. Now you're putting yourself in a position where it will form that bacteria or fungus, which meant that thing that you did not get all the way out is going to resurface. Understand me? And it may not resurface in the same form that it happened the first time. Understand me? But it's going to come back, and now you have to go back to that same wound that you did not wash out. Now you got to go back over there because now it got pus and it's oozing all over the place. Why? Because it's infected. Why is it infected? It's infected because you did not take the time to clean it out the way that you should have cleaned it out before you put the Band-Aid on. Understand me that there are some things in our life, understand me, that we're putting Band-Aids on. Understand, we're wrapping it up, we're putting the gauze on, and we're acting as though these things did not happen. No, when you are injured, you have steps that you have to follow through with, right? You have to take your time with this thing. Healing is a process. Healing is a process. It's not something that is instant. It's not something that you just snap your fingers and all of a sudden you up out of that. When you're in the isolation stage, you're going through the process of healing. When you're isolation is not healing. Isolation is the process of healing. Isolation is not healing. It's the process of healing. That's when the process starts beginning right there, right? That's when that process starts happening right there. So now that you in that isolation stage, what you're doing, you're washing it out, right? You're washing it out. This is why when you get in the isolation stage, you over there, and you know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking just to my chosen family, how we end up in the chosen family, we be talking, we like, man, we ain't talked to nobody outside of the group. We've been fasting, we've been praying, we've been showing up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, getting into the classes and all of that, totally focusing on yourself. Your first 3 months of your training, when you come do life coaching with me, the first 3 months, I tell you to do what? Fast from people. That's the first thing that I tell you to do. Step back and step away from folk. Anybody that have ever taken life coaching from me, they're going to tell you, that's the first thing that I'm going to tell you. I need for you to take time to really focus on yourself. I need for you to take time to really see, understand me, what it is that you're doing in your life that's breaking your own heart. How is it that you're contributing to your own suffering? What role is it that you're playing in this thing? Because it's so easy to point the finger at everybody else, but truth be told, what it is that you allow is what's going to continue in your life. So you have to sit back, understand me, you have to sit back and really see what part you're playing so that you can make the right type of corrections. Understand me, this is what you have to do. So in the isolation stage, this is what's happening. You're washing it all out. You're exposing, understand me, you're exposing the flesh of that wound. And once you expose that thing, you're able to do what? In that moment, you're able to do what, y'all? You're able to make the determination, right? After you washed it off, you got all the dirt out of it, all the fragments, all the small pieces, all of that stuff has been washed out. What's the next thing that you do? Now you get to see, can a Band-Aid heal it? Or do you need stitches? Hold on, coach, wait. Number 3, you get to make the determination, do you need a Band-Aid or do you need stitches? All right. So your notes right now. Hold on. Your notes right now. This is from yesterday's teaching. Y'all have to give me a second. Yeah, this is from yesterday's teaching. So number 3 is going to be a 2-parter, right? So in your notes, you're going to have it should be going like this. Because you're going to have one thing here, one thing here. In your notes, make sure it looks like this. You're going to have one thing here, and this is going to be a note up there, right? I have to show it like it because I like for people's notes to be exactly how they need to be, right? So on one side, now you get to determine whether or not you need stitches or can the Band-Aid fix it. Now you need to know, like, there you go right there. The step 3 is can the Band-Aid fix this? Or do I need stitches? What are you saying? I'm saying that until you wash some things off, hear me with your heart, until you wash some things off, you don't know how deep it really and truly is. Hello, somebody. So, what you say, Coach? Hold on. Let me come back. Friends say, Jesus. Listen, sometimes we get frantic. We get scared. We start having stress attacks and panic attacks. And we start falling out all over the place. And guess what? It ain't nothing but a little scrape, baby. Come on. You over there crying like that over a scrape, baby. You thinking that it's deeper than what it really and truly is. And it's not that deep. The only reason why it's pouring the way that it's pouring is because of where you got the scrape at. Understand me. But you don't know until you run the water on it, then rush out all the dirt and all the grit and all the fragments. Then you get to see how deep it really is. And that's the reason why, as you continue to grow and evolve in life and start your healing journey, that you start to look at certain things in your life and you will be like, oh baby, it ain't even that deep. Hello, somebody. What you say, Coach? You will look back at some of them things and then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, you know what? I hate that I even acted that way. How many of y'all gonna be real, gonna be honest? Understand me, this right here, this ain't gonna be for everybody. This is only going to be for the people that are extremely honest, right? You have to be real thorough to be able to step up to the plate and say, oh yeah, that right there, that's me. How many times have you went somewhere and been in a situation and you know for a fact that after you done what you done, said what you said, ended up behind bars or over there sitting, what? Wait a second, I was being too honest. Hold up. I was being too honest. Hold on. Simba girl, hold on a minute. I was being too honest. But some of us have been there, right? Ended up behind bars. I gotta be real when I say it. And then now that you're sitting there, you like, it wasn't even that deep. It wasn't. Oh, come on, let's be real. If that's been you, if you've experienced that moment where you say, you know what, it wasn't even that deep. Just say, I'll send a gift, say, I'll send a badge real quick, double tap on that screen. Facebook, y'all got to send a cash app if the payout's not working. So y'all got to send y'all blessing in the cash app real quick. Double tap on the screen. If that's been you and you like, Coach, oh, wait a minute. You on my toes right now. Oh, wait a minute. You in my house right now. I'm in that situation right now. I wish I would have never even said nothing. I wish I never would have even responded to the text message. I wish I would have never even replied to the email. I wish I never would have even took myself up front to that HR office and said nothing to them folk, because guess what? It ain't did nothing but make the matter 10 times worse. If I would have never engaged in it, if I would have never did what? Participated in the enemy's, in the enemy's circus, then I would have never even had nothing to do with the rest of it. This was not even something that required stitches. This right here was just a little bit of Vaseline. This all I ain't even really need a Band-Aid. I could just put a little Vaseline on that, run a little water, put a little Vaseline, and I could have been good to go. But the problem happened is because I started engaging in it, I started feeding into it, I started replying back. And now that I've done that, thank you so much, Janice, for the cash app. I started replying back, and guess what? Now I'm wrapped up, tied up, entangled in all of this mess when it really wasn't what? It wasn't even that deep. It wasn't even that deep. This is why the isolation stage is so important to people. The isolation stage, I'm going to say this multiple times now, the isolation stage is not healing. The isolation stage is the process of healing. Understand me. It's the process of healing. What happens inside of the process of healing, understand, of isolation, what happens inside of there is going to be, right, it's going to be displayed when you get out. You won't see your isolation stage until you get out. Now let's go back. One side, Band-Aid, other side, stitches. One side, Band-Aid, the other side, stitches. See, over here, sometimes on the Band-Aid area, we become frantic. We become frantic, we be in a panic, and we run around like a chicken with our head cut off, yelling and screaming and falling all out over something, and it ain't even that deep. It's only a scratch, it's only a scrape, but because you see it flowing, you automatically become panic. And what I'm telling you is we have to stop being so easy to panic. We have to stop being so easy to be able to fluster, so easy to be able to become annoyed. We have to stop being these people that are so easily triggered by life. Understand me, life is going to happen, good, bad, or indifferent. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do to stop life from happening. Understand me, it's filled with inconsistencies. It's filled with unexpected blows. As long as you got breath in your body, you're going to experience some pain. As long as you got breath in your body, you're going to experience at one point or another, you're going to experience some betrayal. You're going to experience some letdown. You're going to experience some type of disappointment. But you have got to understand the importance of not allowing those things to consume you. Understand me, feel what you feel, and you have to move on to the next thing. You have to go through what you got to go through, and you got to make your move right on to the next thing. You have to stop being so easily frustrated, so easily annoyed with things that we know already is going to happen. And then on the other side we got, oh baby, it's deep. This gonna take some stitches. That stuff that's deep, when I say it's deep, I'm talking about that's that trauma. That deep-rooted trauma, that stronghold trauma. Right up under that one. Go ahead, Terry West, thank you for the cash out. Up under that one, you're going to put, that's the stronghold. That's them strongholds. That's that deep-rooted pain. Those are those things that you are embarrassed to talk about. Those are the things that, understand me, that you don't even want nobody to bring up. Those are those things over there. Understand me. And this is what I'm saying to those people who are operating right now with these type of situations. Understand, hear me when I say this. You have to list these things. You have to put these things in a proper place. One thing I teach my chosen family is what? Proper placement. You have to put people in places, in situations where they really go. You have to level these things out so you can see exactly what it is that you're dealing with. Don't try to compartmentalize it. Don't try to store it away in the closet. Don't try to tuck it up under the rug. Proper placement. Put it right there where you can see it so you can deal with what you need to deal with so you can move on with your life. Are you not tired? Understand me. Are you not tired? Are you not frustrated of having to deal with the same hurt, the same pain, going through the same broken cycles? Baby, the devil is a lie. We rebuke that. Understand me, in this year, we're moving forward. In this year, we're living up to our fullest potential. In this year, we're going to experience real joy. We're going to experience real peace. We're going to experience what real freedom really and truly is. We are not allowing this life to hold us hostage. We are not allowing past situations and past pains to hold us hostage. Understand me, you're going to be sick of us this year. Okay. Excuse, I had a moment. Don't worry about me. I was talking about me, but I was talking about y'all too, because I always pray and be like everybody that's connected. So they're going to be sick of me, so they're going to be sick of y'all too, because we're going to be all connected. Everything I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be telling y'all to do too. So we over here, we're going to have a time over here. Understand me, and this is how you have to operate in your life. Understand me, you have to declare these things over your life. So just in my chat real quick, just put I receive that. Just put I receive that, baby. I receive that. Definitely going to experience some joy. Definitely going to experience some peace. Definitely going to experience that life of really being free. Understand me. You know how many folks, even on this live right now, have never experienced what it was like to feel free? That's deep right there. Oh, I'm over on the other side. I'm talking about the part that needs stitches. I'm on stitches over here right now. Strongholds, deeply rooted pain, that deep trauma. That's what's going on over there. Understand me. And those things, as long as you're entangled with those things, you'll never feel free. Oh, come on. You never feel free. Understand me. And it's a lot of us right now that's on here that's coach. Like, I ain't never feel free. I ain't never been free. Thank you, Rashida, for the badge. I ain't never felt free. Why you ain't never felt free? Why you ain't never felt free? Because I've always had this pain. Understand me. I've always had this pain. I've always had this hurt that I just been carrying from place to place. I've always had this false sense of responsibility that I had to other people, and I've carried it, coach, from place to place. Thank you, Christina, for the cash app. I've carried it from place to place, and this year I received that I'm going to operate in freedom, and this year I'm going to operate in real peace, and this year I'm going to become my own, understand my own priority, and this year I'm going to be solely focused on myself. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have joy. I deserve to experience what real peace is really like, coach. I'm trying to get there, but in order for you to get there, baby, understand me, you have to wake up. You have to wake up. Understand that those stitches do dissolve. Hello, somebody. Understand me. Those stitches, they do dissolve. Understand me. But the reason why they're not dissolving is because you're keeping it wet. We talked about that Band-Aid. I ain't on that Band-Aid no more. I'm over here now. Oh, we are here right now. We are here right now. You keeping it wet. Understand me, some things won't heal when you keep soaking it up. You keep soaking it up. You keeping it wet. How is it that you keeping it wet? Because you keep going back into those same exact environments. The same damage that was done that day, you keep taking that same wound right back over there, and you keep allowing them to reopen that wound and pour salt down into that wound. You keep taking yourself right back through those same experiences. You keep putting yourself right back in those same type of environments. You keep surrounding yourself with those same type of people. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're expecting a different result. And my love, that's not how this thing works. It won't heal. Understand me. It won't heal if you keep allowing it to get wet. Every time it grows a scab on it, you allow it to get soaked and wet again, and then you peel the scab off, and now it's oozing all over again. It's infected all over again. You cannot expect to heal in the same environment, understand me, that brought the pain, that brought the hurt, that brought the trauma to your life. You gotta be willing to step out. You gotta be willing to try something different. You gotta be willing to make the sacrifice to say that I'll bow out gracefully. Blame it on me. But I gotta go. Blame it on me, but I gotta go. I gotta bow out, because if I stay in the same exact situation and I keep doing what I've always been doing, then I'm gonna always get what I've always gotten. If I stay right here and I keep doing it, I can't really say that it's somebody else at this point. Baby, this is all me, because my own decision making. Understand me. I can decide to leave. I can decide to cut ties. I can decide to disassociate, to disengage altogether. That's all left right up there to me. But the more that I give life to that, I give attention to that, then guess what's going to happen? All I'm doing is keeping that wound. I got that wound and it's soaking wet. I got that wound and it's reopened. Every single time that they hurt me, it's like I'm pouring salt right back into that wound. And then guess what happens when you understand me, because the stitches will dissolve. I've had stitches before right there, understand me, right there. The stitches will dissolve, but you got to keep it dry. You got to keep it isolated. The problem is you know exactly what to do, but you fail at doing it. This is not the season to fail at execution. Hear me when I say this thing. This ain't that one. This ain't, oh, come on, friends, say amen. This ain't that one. Remember in 2024, and we was training, and I said, y'all, I got some seeds for y'all. Understand me, I need you to be competent. I need you to be confident. Competent. I need you to be knowledgeable. I need you to be confident. I need you to be confident within yourself, self-confident. And I also need you to operate with what? With clarity. I need you to have clarity. Be clear. Understand me. Be clear with your decision making. Be clear with your boundaries. Make it hard hard for folk to act like they didn't understand what you was talking about. And the other one was what? I say be ready to confront. Hello, be ready to what? Confront. That's it right there. Be ready to confront. Understand me, because it's going to be some folk in your life that you're going to have to walk up on. Understand me, eyeball to eyeball, 10 toes to the ground, and you're going to have to be, understand me, yeah, you cannot be afraid to execute. You can't be afraid to communicate. You can't be afraid to put it out there on the floor. Understand me, running scared, that ain't going to work in this season. Tucking your tail ain't going to work in this season. Acting like a coward ain't going to help in this season. Walking around whispering to folk, feeling all intimidated by folk, that ain't going to work in this season. This is not the season to operate with that type of mentality. You got 4 C's. Remember, I taught them to you in 2024. Now it's time to use them. This is the power of isolation. When you're in isolation, you learn the tools and the techniques for when you step out a brand new individual. Why? Because while you were in isolation, you did what? You put Vaseline or ointment or a Band-Aid on the things that you noticed was just a scrape. It was just a scratch. That's all that it was. So you got past that. And in isolation stage, you look over there to the things that you had to put stitches in, right? The things that was really that deep. And now you're working through each and every one of those things. So now that the stitches have dissolved, now it's time for you to step back out. And when you step back out, you're not stepping out the same way that you stepped in. And that's the problem. Friends say, glory. Double tap on the screen. Wait a minute. Hit that share button on TikTok. Hit that share button on Facebook, IG. Hit that share button. Double tap on the screen. That's the problem that we're facing right now. A lot of y'all are stepping out of isolation the same way that you stepped in. While your head and your chest, pick it up. Understand me. You done did all this work on yourself. You done did all that fasting, all this praying, all this meditating. You've been studying day in and day out. You've been over there learning and all of that, and you still got your head, your chin resting on your chest. Why is your chin resting on your chest? Pick your head up. Understand me. This is the problem. Pick your head up. We fail at execution. We fail when it's time to step out and really stand on business. That's when we get out there, and then all of a sudden we looking around, baby. Hear me when I say this, because I mean this right here. Hear me when I say this. Baby, listen, ain't nobody coming to save you. You're going to have to save yourself. Ain't nobody about to swoop in and do this and do that. No. That's what your training was all about. When you hit the field, when you hit the court, understand me, that ain't the time for you to be asking somebody, what was the play? The play was given to you when y'all was over there in that huddle. Now it's time for you to execute the play. That's it. That's all. Ain't no time for you to be talking about, can you reassure me? Be reassured, self-reassured. What you say? Ain't no time for no reassure me, no self-reassurance. You go back. Understand me. What did I tell y'all in 2024? You have to know when to lean back. Understand me. Lean back into that understanding. All the things that you've been studying, lean back into that word. Understand me. And remember, oh, this is what I got to do. That's it. And you got to take off. That's it. That's all. The problem is you want reassurance from everybody else. Validation from everybody else. And as long as you're doing that, understand me, people are going to tell you exactly what they need to tell you to keep you, keep you coming to them. They're going to give you to keep you coming to them. This is what folks do. Understand me. Because if they know that if you start to trust yourself, then you're not coming to them no more. If you start to really lean into yourself, you're not coming to them anymore. And their greatest fear is losing you. Understand me. Their greatest fear, believe it or not, their greatest fear is losing you. And the reason why they don't want to lose you is because they're using you. Understand me. What you say, coach? Their greatest fear is using you, is losing you, because if they lose you, then they can't use you. Go ahead and put that in your notes. That's a note. That's a bar right there. What you say? Understand me. This is how a narcissist works. This is how a manipulator works. This is how understand me, a taker operates. This is their mindset. Hello, somebody, let's just be real about it. Understand me. So this is why you have to know. You have to be competent, which is knowledgeable. You have to be confident, which means you're confident in what it is that you know. Understand me. You show up, head up. You show up, chest out. You have to operate with clarity, letting folk know this is exactly where I stand. I mean business, baby. Understand me? You're not going to play me and you're not going to play with me. That's what you're not going to do. Understand me? Unplaywittable. That's me. That's it. That's all. This is how you have to operate. And you have to be ready to what? Confront. Baby, I'm standing 10 toes to the ground about mine. Ain't no fear in my heart. I'm not dodging no smoke. I'm not ducking no action. It's however you want to go about it. Thank you, Vay, for the cash app. This is how I'm rolling. 2025 is a year of action. You ain't gonna get to where you need to be whining, crying, and complaining. You're not gonna get to where you need to be sitting and soaking in past pain, past heartache, past trauma. You're not gonna get to where you need to go to. Always talking about your yesteryears and your tears. At one point or another, you're gonna have to suck it up, buttercup. At one point or another, you're gonna have to understand that what has happened has already happened. And if you're going to grow, if you're going to evolve, you're gonna have to let that right there, you're gonna have to let that go. Ain't nobody about to let you hold on to their ear anymore. You're not snotting up my shirts no more. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, wipe them tears away from your eyes, and get back into this game. This ain't the year of pacifying. Come on. It's tight, but it's right. This ain't the year for pacifying. This ain't the year of cuddling. This ain't that, baby. It's time to get out and it's time to run some plays. It's time to get out and it's time to get active in the life. Stop saying this is what you want to do, but you're not doing any of it. Stop saying this is how you want to move, but you ain't making no type of move. You still at go. You done rolled the dice 5 times and still ain't made it out the box. Double tap on the screen. Get us up to 100K on TikTok. Y'all at 61.8. Serious question. Grab your notes, get your ink pen, double tap on my screen. Let me get 5 badges on IG, Facebook. My stars is down right now. Can y'all do me a favor? Just send a blessing through the Cash App. She got it posted right there. Your favorite speaker is the Cash App. The payout on Facebook is down right now, so you guys got to go back to the old way. This is why you don't never let go of the old way. Back in the day, I used to go live, and all the Facebook did was do the Cash App, so we back at that. We back at our old way right now. It worked. It worked. Come on, double tap on the screen. Serious question. Grab your black ink pen real quick. Grab your black ink pen. What's the question, coach? Black ink pen. Get your ink pen. Y'all ready? She says, I bought my jeans, coach. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Rashida. I appreciate it. Help her out over there, y'all. We need 4 more badges on IG. Double tap on that screen. Y'all almost at 170 over here on TikTok. Antoinette 0303, I appreciate you. Heather Geegan, I appreciate you. Thank you, Romeo. Mwah. Happy New Year to you, love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I see the love coming. Double tap on the screen. Let's go. Double tap on the screen. Serious question is, what are you waiting on? Friend said, you speaking everything I need to hear. What are you waiting on? Thank you, Lynn, for that badge. I appreciate you. What are you waiting? What are you waiting on? Edie Nicole, thank you so much, sweetheart. What are you waiting on? Really? Can we be real? What are you waiting on? And when I say, what are you waiting on? What I want you to do up under that note right there of what are you waiting on, I want you to list out what it is that you say that you're waiting on. Undefined, thank you. Food for the soul, thank you so much. I want, friends say that question put me in deep thought. It's supposed to. Because if you show up over here, understand me, staying blessed, if you're showing up over here, this is about learning. This is about growing. These lives, this is not performative. This right here, this is effective. I'm trying to be effective in your life. Bad gal, thank you so much. I give you the tools and the techniques to be able to create create the life that you want for yourself. I show you that you can remove the limits off of your life and live that better life. But you have to take the notes. And if it makes you think deep, then that's exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Make you think deep, because your life is that serious. Understand me. Your life is really and truly that serious. What is it that you're waiting on? And right up under what is it that you're waiting on, what I need you to do is I want you to write those things down. Jot them down right there. And after you jot those things down, oh, this is real homework assignment. I know y'all thought y'all some of y'all like, I didn't even mean to be on her page this morning. I don't even know how I found her. I just ended up over here. But God, dog, now she give a live and homework. What type of video y'all on this time of morning? Girl, I'm going to work. Baby, listen to me. This is going to help you. This is going to help you. Just try it out. I promise you. If you try this exercise out, you're going to be back tomorrow. You coming back tomorrow? You're going to come right back tomorrow. Come on. Understand me. Right? What is it that you're waiting on? And after you write down what is it that you're waiting on, I want you to list out those things that you're saying that you're waiting on, right? And after you list them out, on the outside of that, I want you to put on there, is that a Band-Aid? Or is that something that needs stitches? A Band-Aid is when you realize it's really not that deep and you can do it without it. And stitches is when you feel like I really got to handle this before I can handle that. And then the next thing that you have to answer is ask yourself, right? The next thing you have to ask yourself is this right here. If it's stitches and you feel like it's that deep, now you have to ask yourself, how? How am I going to fix this? How am I going to move forward from this? What type of steps am I now about to start making to correct this? Because I can't continue to use my trauma as an excuse for me to be down bad. I can't do that because my coach ain't about to let me. She ain't hearing no more of, it's my mama fault, it's my daddy fault, I got abandoned and I come from this and I came from that. My coach is a real one. She not about to tolerate none of that. The level of accountability that she coming with ain't about to play. Understand me? So I have to figure this right here out. I have to make a decision in my life as to what is it that I'm going to do to correct the problem that I now see in my life. Understand me? Because this is my responsibility. What you say? Your healing is your responsibility. You are not responsible for the pain that you felt. I get that. You didn't bring on that pain yourself. You didn't damage yourself. You didn't hurt yourself, but you are responsible for your healing. You're not responsible for the pain, but you are responsible for your healing. You're responsible for how long you sit and you soak in that environment, how long you sit and you soak inside of that hurt, how long you sit and you soak inside of that betrayal. You are responsible for how long that you stay down, because at any given moment you can do what? You can get up again. Understand me? We fall 1,000 times. We make mistakes 1,000 times. We do this, we do that 1,000 times, but we still gotta get up. Thank you, Terry West, for the cash app. Oh, baby, you're gonna have to get up. I know you done got comfortable in that space. You done been in it so long, you done got warm right there. Oh, come on. But today you got to come up out of that. Today you're going to have to, understand me. Today you're going to have to come up out of that. Today you're going to have to sit all the way up. You're going to have to slide your feet up behind your hips, and you're going to have to roll back on the tips of your toes, and you're going to have to use your arms on the side just like you did when you was a baby, and you're going to have to push yourself all the way up. That's the step that you're going to have to do it today, baby. Understand me? Because we're no longer accepting those excuses. Understand me? We're no longer accepting those excuses. We understand your pain. We understand that you've been through this, that, and the third. We get it, but that is not an excuse for you to continue to live a stuck, stagnant life. As long as you operate with that type of mentality, you are making a decision to say you want to stay asleep. You are a sleepwalker by choice. Understand me? As long as you continue to live a life that is filled with excuse making, a life that is filled with procrastination and laziness, understand me, then you are a sleepwalker, and you're a sleepwalker by choice. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. And a lot of times I'm going to say this right here. Double tap on my screen. And I ain't trying to be on nobody's toes. And I know that it's somebody right now that's like, wait a minute now. Yeah, you sitting on your couch in your living room, then turn the TV off because you all the way locked in right now, holding your phone this close to your face. And you like, I hear everything that she's saying and I get it and all of that. But it's so much easier said than it is done. And, you know, and I get what she's saying. And I ain't saying that she ain't right. I know that it's the right type of thing. But, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm telling you, it's hard to really shake that off. It's really hard to step away from that. And when somebody that hurt you like that, it's hard to walk away from that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to just say, oh, okay, I'm moving out of that situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get what she's saying. I ain't saying she wrong. I'm saying she right, but it ain't as easy as she's saying that it's going to be to make that happen. The devil is a lie. And I rebuke that type of thinking. Understand me? It's that easy. The enemy's job is to deceive you. His job is to finesse you. His job is to bamboozle you. His job is to hoodwink you. His job is to make you think that it's going to be hard. His job is to make you think that it's not doable, that you're not capable, that you're not able, that you don't have it in you to change your life. That's his job. His job is to trick you into thinking that it's easier said than done. But if you can say it, you can do it. Understand me? That's the same way. When your kids start talking, I'm going to use an example. Don't nobody bother me because I'm out the door real quick. I'm going to use the example. When you got children, and most of us got children on here, the moment that they start talking, the first thing that we say is what? We're taking away their pacifier, because you don't need that pacifier if you can talk. You can communicate what's wrong with you. You don't have to suck yourself to sleep anymore. Take the pacifier. As soon as them children start talking, the first thing that you say is what? They don't need that pamper no more, because if you can talk like that, then you can go to the bathroom. You can let somebody know when you got to go to the pot. It's the same way with your grown adults. If you can say it, you can do it. Ain't no such thing as it's easier said than done. The devil is a lie. It's trendy. It's cute. But it ain't real. And I told you, stop jumping onto everything that's trending and that's cute. People been saying that for years, and I'm here to dismantle that. Get that out your vocabulary. Take that out your thinking. That is a lie. A lie, a lie, a lie, and another lie. Understand me? That's a lie. If you can say that this is what it is, understand me, then you can get up and you can do exactly what it is that you just said. And it's going to be that easy, but it's going to require effort. It's going to require work. It's going to require obedience. It's going to require discipline. And that's the real reason why you don't get up and do it. You don't do it because you know, even though you can say like a person, I know I need to leave, but you know it's going to be so hard. No, it ain't going to be hard, because if you wanted to leave, you could go ahead and pack up your car and you can leave. If you wanted to leave, you could go ahead and call you an Uber, a Lyft, a U-Haul for $19.99 for a full day. You can go ahead and pack it up and you can leave. What's the problem is you don't want to do the what? The work. What did I tell you? We fail in execution. It's not that we don't know what to do. We just don't ever get up to go and do what we need to do. And we use the excuse that it's easier said than done. Come on. What are you waiting for? Friends say, Poet, you stay on point. Sonia Lewis, thank you so much for the cash app. She says, I'm 63 and I needed to hear this. It's God's plan. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, really? What do you think is going to happen? Life is not going to stop. It's not going to slow down. It's not going to push pause. It's not going to wait on you to catch up. That's not how this works. If you don't like something, if you're not comfortable with something, if you're not getting what you're supposed to get out of something, then it's time for you to separate. It's time for you to detach. It's time for you to get up out of there. And I'm talking expeditiously, the fast way only. What are you waiting for? Understand me, as long as you sit and you soak. What did I tell y'all, chosen family? Chosen family, what did I tell y'all about sitting and soaking? The longer that you sit and you soak, the deeper that you soak down into that situation. Just like on your couch. When somebody sit on your couch the same way every single day, day in and day out, what happened to your cushion? Your cushion get flat, and all of a sudden your cushions start to form the shape of that thing that sit in it all the time. That's your life right there. Yeah, that's your life right there. You flattening out your life. That's the example I wanted to give. Well, I tell you what, that's a crazy illustration right there, baby. I'm just saying, but that's what happened. But that's exactly what happens. It's funny, but it's the truth. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? It's time to get up and time to get active in our life. It's time for us to really start handling the business that we need to handle inside of our life. A lot of times we're going through what we're going through not because of other people, but because of our own laziness, because of our own procrastination, because of our own excuse making. And I need for you to understand that in order for 2025 to be your restoration year, you have to be willing to get up. Understand me. Hear me when I say this. I want you to fully understand me when I say this. If this is your restoration year, I need for you to understand this right here. That's that right there. This is that example right there that needs to go by note 3. Note 3, that's an example that need to go up under note 3. Y'all keep in mind. This, I need to get me some more of these markers. This is going out. This goes up under your notes that you on right now. This is you. This is you. Right here. That's you right there. This is you here. This is all the stuff that you're trying to restore over here. In order for this to be your restoration year, you have to be prepared. You have to be disciplined. You have to be obedient. You have to be focused. You have to be locked in enough to say that I'm going to come from right here to here to get my stuff. Your stuff ain't coming to you. You have to be prepared to go and get your stuff. Understand me. It's not going to happen until you go and get it. It's not going to just fall over there to you. You have to be willing to go and get your stuff. This is you right here. Understand me. This is you. This is where you're starting from right here. This is you right here. Understand. Put it in your notes real quick now. This is you right here. This you. This is your restoration, right? 2025 is your restoration year. The only way that 2025 is going to be your restoration year is if you're locked in, if you're focused, if you're determined, if you're obedient, if you are got your blinders on and you are wide awake to where you see, this is where my stuff at. I got to do what? I got to go and get my stuff. If I'm going to be restored, I got to be willing to go over here to go get the stuff that I need. I got to bring it over here. So in other words, what I'm telling you is the same thing, that it's laid up for you. The Bible says that it's laid up. Your stuff is laid up over here. And until you get from here to here, then it's over here just waiting on you. Lily say, teach that thing. What you say, coach? You got to get from here to here. The reason why you don't have what you need is not because it's not waiting on you, but because you failed at execution. When are you going to step out of that comfort zone and go get your stuff? When you going to pick yourself up out that pity party and go get your stuff? When are you going to stop whining and crying about how life is right now and actually go and get your stuff? How much longer are you going to be held captive by your past hurt, your past pain, your past betrayal, and the things that let you down over there? When are you going to go and get your stuff? Your stuff is laid up over here for you. It's not going to come to you. Why? Because I told you in 2024, you have to shift to your purpose. Your purpose is not going to shift to you. That's not how this thing works. You have to get in alignment with what God has for you. He ain't coming over there getting in alignment with you. Is you out your mind? That's not how this works. You gotta be willing to go get your stuff. It's waiting on you. And you over here whining. Man, y'all be playing too much. You play too much. I done pulled out my yellow pointer for y'all. I don't know why Ross sent me. She sent me about 4 of these things too. Y'all had to pull my pointer out today. I had to pull my pointer out. I need for you. Yeah, you have to understand this thing. It's over there waiting on you. The serious question is, what are you waiting on? The serious question is, what are you waiting on? If you knew everything that you needed was on the other side of there, then what are you waiting on? You have to do what in 2025? Whatever it is that got you caught up. Whatever it is that got you caught up. Right here. Because this is where everybody caught up in. Whatever it is that got you caught up right here. That's some things that you got listed. Them things that you got listed. That's some things right there. Them things that you got listed is keeping you from getting here. All this stuff that you have to handle this. Handle your business. Understand me. Whatever those things is that you got listed right there, it's time for you to understand. Handle your business so that you can live the life that you're truly deserving of. You know how crazy you look? Understand me. You know how crazy you look if you know that over here, I got all this joy. I got all this peace. I got all this abundance. I got all this sound mind. I got all this pressed down, shaking together and running over. I got blessing after blessing. I got win after win. And all of it is sitting right over here waiting on me. And the only reason why I haven't gotten it is because I'm caught up over here I'm caught up over here, still whining, still crying, still complaining, still whining, still crying, still complaining. Baby, understand me, then you are your biggest problem. You are your biggest enemy. You are the reason why you don't have what it is that you're supposed to have. Understand me, that's not on anybody else, that's on you. You have to take full ownership of your life. This right here, this time is personal. Your restoration should be personal to you. Do you know how you should feel? Understand me. Do you know how you should feel every single time that you step out and you start that journey, right? And you're going to pick up your stuff. It's just the being able. I just want to say this to you. Do you know how it feels every single day when you are in alignment with the Most High God and you allowing Him to lead your life? And when I say lead your life, I'm talking about every area of your life. When you give your finances to God, when you give your mental health to God, your physical health to God, your spiritual health to God, your mental health to God, when you relinquish all of that to Him, and now you have the ability to simply wake up every single day. And when you wake up every single day, you just go and get those things. It's almost like your blessing is like you walking through Family Dollars or Food Line, and you just picking up stuff and putting it in your basket, and picking up stuff and putting it in your basket, and you picking up stuff and you putting it in your basket, and everybody looking at you crazy, like, how in the world are you able to pay for all of that? How in the world do you have all of that? Why your cupboards is overflowing like that? Why, you understand me? They looking at you because they trying to figure out how is it that you able to do what you do. Baby, understand me, because God is covering this. Understand me? He's covering this, all of this right here. Oh, He's covering all of this. I ain't got to come out of pocket with nothing. As long as I'm in alignment with Him, as long as I am following His direction, His leadership, His instructions, then I don't have to worry about where it's going to come from, because He's going to do what? Exceedingly and abundantly more than I can ask or think. What I look like, understanding me, taking on a poverty-stricken type of mentality when I know that my God is in control. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Understand, every day waking up speaking shalom over my life. Nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing lacking, nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing lacking. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing lacking. That's the life that I live on a regular basis. Do you understand me? Getting up and understanding the power of being able to ask and receive, being able to knock and the doors open, being able to think it, and before you get the full thought out, it's already right there and it's waiting on you. That's what it's like when you are in alignment with the Most High God. That is what it's like when you build relationship with the Most High God. That is what it's like in the middle of a storm, in the middle of everything going crazy, chaotic, all over the place, and you still got a smile, you still upbeat, you still walking in. Understand, energy through the roof, aura is so beautiful, and people are trying to figure it out. He said the peace that you have is going to surpass all understanding. These folks is not going to understand how you're operating with so much peace, how you're operating with so much peace in the middle of all of this. It's because you know and you trust who He is. You can't make me doubt Him. What? You can't make me doubt Him because I know too much about Him. Come on, this way. Yeah. Understand, I got some old heads in here. If I got some old folks, where y'all at? Says, baby, you can't make me doubt Him because I know too much about Him. When you've had a serious encounter with the Most High God, when you really shared space with Him, understand me, when you really have sat down with that book and you're not just reading to understand what the book says, you're not just reading it to sound educated, to sound smart, but you're reading it, you understanding it, and you trusting it. It's dangerous when you start combining those three. Is that not what I told y'all, Chosen Family 2024? I said, baby, you got to read it, you got to understand it, and you got to trust it, because a lot of times we read things that we really don't trust. Understand me? But when you start reading it and you understand it and you start trusting it and you start walking in it on a regular basis, living your life, measuring your life up to that thing, you will start to see a shift in your life like never before. You will experience things in your life that you never thought that you would be able to experience. This is what it's like when you are in alignment. There's no such thing as you can't have. Oh, it don't happen for you. It don't even work like that. Oh, somebody gonna say, well, that's not true, because sometimes the answer is no, and you be no. Let me tell you, that's not In the natural, in the carnal mind, you might say that, okay? But I'm not here to talk carnal. I'm not here to talk natural. I'm here on a spiritual journey right now, right? And what I'm going to say is, there's no such thing as that you can't have. You want me to tell you why? Because once you start reading, trusting, and believing, and aligning yourself with the will of God, then you're no longer operating out of yourself. So those disappointments, those letdowns that people of the world be feeling, where they don't get the thing that they want, you don't experience those anymore. You free yourself from those things. Why? Because every single day that you wake up, what you say is, God, have your way in my life. I want whatever you want for me. I want to operate in the purpose in which you created me to walk in. Understand me? I want to do what you created me to do. I want to move how you created me to move. You're no longer operating outside of yourself. So that's when they say that we're in the world but not of the world. So they have experiences that you no longer have because you're no longer operating in the flesh. You are a spiritual being having a human-like experience. Understand me? You can touch me, you can feel me, I'm tangible to you, but spiritually I'm on a whole nother level. I'm in a whole nother dimension. Understand me? I don't see it how you see it. I don't feel about it like how you feel about it, and we ain't got to fall out. We just not the same. That's how I be telling people too, y'all. I don't play with folks. Understand me? Your friend said, woo, yeah. That's just the nature of it all as you continue to align yourself with the Most High God. This is all that we're doing on a regular basis. You have to stay tapped in on a regular basis and watch how things start to flow in your life, right? Watch how things start to change in your life. This is how it works. This is how it operates on a regular basis. But if you want something bigger and better, you have to be willing to get up and do the work. Understand me? You have to be willing to go and get your blessing. You have to be willing to step out of that comfort zone. You have to be willing to step out of that familiarity, that familiar space. You have to be willing to separate yourself. And just going back to what I was saying and keep it in mind, understand me, your isolation stage, that's not healing. Your isolation is where the healing actually, that's the process of healing. That's when the healing starts to begin. Your isolation stage, it acts as if it was a cocoon. Understand me, your isolation isolation stage, it acts as a covering, kind of like the cocoon. And what you're doing inside of your isolation stage is the same thing that the butterfly is doing when it goes inside of, when the caterpillar, when it goes inside of the cocoon, you're doing the same exact thing. When you go inside the cocoon, them going in the cocoon is the same thing as you going in your isolation stage. When they come out of the cocoon, they're either going to be a butterfly or they're going to be a moth. It's going to be all up to them. When you go inside of your isolation stage, you're going to either come out, right? You're going to come out healed and operating with a different type of mindset, or you're going to come out worse than what you went in. Understand? So you're going to either be a beautiful butterfly or you're going to be a dusty, rusty moth. That's a fact. I'm just saying. You're going to be one or the other. But it's going to be all left up to you. When you come out, for real, when you come out, it's going to be, how you come out is going to be all left up to you. You either going to come out of that cocoon, you're going to be coming out. A cocoon, a caterpillar in a cocoon, you in the isolation stage. Same thing. How they come out, how you come out, it's all left up to you. As human beings, what we do know is that we were all created and we all were blessed with what? The ability to do what? Become and to create. What you become and what you create is all up to you. So that's why I said that. You have to make up your mind. Are you trusting? Are you believing? Are you locking in? Or are you not? Now is the time to utilize your C's. You have to be competent. You have to be confident. You have to operate with clarity. And you have to be ready to confront. And when I say confront, I'm not talking about just walking around being combative. I'm just talking about whenever it needs to be addressed and you're not afraid to address it. Because what did I tell y'all yesterday? A problem not addressed will forever be a problem. Stop running scared. Ain't nobody dodging no smoke, ducking no action in 2025. Yeah, you better be careful how you approach me. Understand me? And I mean that in the most respectful, spiritual way ever. Understand? Be careful with how you approach me, because a person that is competent, understand, means that I am ready with that word, for it is written. I'm a weigh you out. Understand me? I'm going to give you the same whooping that Jesus gave Satan out there, understand me, in the wilderness, for it is written. You're not walking up on no spiritual dummy. I need for you to know that. I'm studying. I'm inside of this word. That ain't nothing that you about to come to me with that I'm telling you that I don't feel like I'm already equipped to be able to handle. Understand me? I'm in that word. I'm studying that word. I'm dissecting that word. I'm going to be ready. And this is how you have to be. For it is written, baby, for it is written, for it is written. And I'm telling you, and what does the Bible say? When you resist the enemy, then he's going to flee. Understand me? And that's what I just told you in the beginning of this video. I said what? You have to learn, right? You have to learn how to stop feeding into everything. You have to learn that everything and everybody don't deserve your attention. You have to learn that you ain't got to make everybody understand. They ain't got to all be on point. You ain't got to make 1 and 1 equal 2 or 2 and 2 equal 4. Leave them folk right on over there where they at. Leave them folk right on over there where they at. In my chat, just put leave them. And them, I mean EM. Leave, apostrophe EM. Leave them. That's it. Leave them. Leave them. That's it. That's all. Leave them. Put it in the chat. Leave them. Baby, what you gonna do? Leave them. Every time I leave them and walk smooth. That's it. Leave them. I refuse to be distracted. I refuse to be pulled off course. I refuse to deal with projection, gaslighting in any type of way. Understand? Ain't no poking of the bear happening over here. Ain't no trying to tell me that I feel what you feel. Understand me? Either be honest about what you feel, but don't try to dump it on me. You won't be projecting what you feel and what you think over this way, baby. Yeah, that's not going to work. Leave them. I'm going to leave folk right there where they stand and mosey right on about my business. And I'm going to let whoever think whatever, feel whatever while I'm gone. Because I don't know what you got going on, because I ain't over there. The best way to stay out of something is I'm not even over there. I can't tell you what them folk talking about, because I stay out them folk face. I can't tell you what they gossiping about, because I stay out them folk face. Them folk don't have the opportunity to hurt my feelings, because I stay out them folk face. Them folk don't have the opportunity to disrespect me, to walk me like a dog, to you know what I'm saying, to do anything to me. Why? Because I stay out them folk face. That's what I do. All 2025, baby, what you doing? I'm leaving them, staying out them folk face. That's it. That's all. The disrespect is all the closure that I needed. We ain't got to have a one-time at band camp story. We ain't got to look each other eyeball to eyeball and say that to my... We ain't got to do none of that. Leave them. That's it. Stop wasting time. What are you waiting for? Stop wasting time. It's time to move forward in life. It's time to do more, to do better in life. What are you waiting on? You have to get focused in life. The worst thing in the world that I'm going to tell y'all this, because it bothered me more than anything, right? Is we get so distracted with life. And when I was reading over in Matthew when they had took the head off John, right? And John was Jesus' like cousin, first cousin. He heard about this, and when he heard about it, his heart was broke. Right? His heart was broke. Y'all can go read about it. His heart was broke. Understand me. Here you are, and you got this multitude of people. You're out here. You got all this stuff going on. All the disciples going, all this and that, whatever. And you hear, understand what has happened to your first cousin. And you still got to be about your father's business. So when I say to y'all, and I be telling y'all, I say, listen, I understand that life is going to happen. I understand that there's going to be some inconsistencies, some unexpected blows, because even Jesus had to deal with the inconsistencies, the unexpected blows. Understand me, this is his first cousin that we're talking about. Somebody that actually believed in him. Understand me, that knew that he was who he was. This is somebody that he knew. Understand me, and here they are. He out there with the whole multitude. Did y'all know that all of this happened right before he had the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread? So here he is out there with a whole multitude of people, and you get that news at that time. Understand me, his heart is broken. He got all the stuff that's going on, all this on his head at this moment, and he still what? Got to be about his father's business. Oh, they done came and told him this. The Bible says his heart was broke. He felt away. That's at the same time. So for those of you, and I'm going to this real quick because I want you to know, for those of you that's on my chat right now and you feel like, well, Coach, when it rains, it pours. Every time one thing happened, then it's something else, and then I ain't got time to move to this and move to that because I'm still hurt over this and I'm still hurt over that. He was mourning the loss of his cousin, his first cousin. Just found out that this has happened to his first cousin. Understand me? And then what a cruel way to lose somebody. What a cruel way to have to deal with something like that. And you deal with that in front of everybody, and you got all these people in your face wanting something from you, and your heart is broke. You got all these people in your face, and they wanted you to teach, they wanted you to give, they wanted you to support, they wanted you to show up, they expecting for you to have great energy, and your heart is broken. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is why I tell you that life stops for no man or woman. When I tell you that I'm not being insensitive, when I say that you cannot afford to pause, because life is going to keep going even when you have a bad day, even when you're experiencing a loss, even when your heart is in a million different pieces. Life just going to keep on going, because this is the experience that the Most High had to go through. Even at this time, he still had people that wanted something from him, even after this right here had just happened. So much so, right? So now that this is happening, you're surrounded by the multitude, and here come the disciples. When it rain, it pour. You already in your bag. You already in your feelings about something, and here they go talking about something. Oh, well, send these people away, because we ain't got enough for them. What? I lost my cousin. My heart is broke. And here I am surrounded by a bunch of sleepwalkers still. I done lost my cousin, and my heart is broken. I'm mourning right now in the inside. I'm crying tears that's ain't even visible to the natural eye. And I'm still surrounded by sleepwalkers, people that have seen me work signs and wonders, people who have seen me heal the sick, people that have seen me give sight to the blind, people who have seen and experienced me make a lame man stand stand to his feet and not just walk, understand me, but leap for joy, and you still have the audacity to stand in front of me and say that I don't have the power to make it enough, that I can't multiply what's happening right here. Understand me, because in the natural, this is what we're thinking, right? We over there, I done lost my cousin. Don't play with me. I'm ready to flex up on whoever I can flex up on at that moment. If you're talking about us, that's how we're showing up, right? That's how we're showing up. Baby, I ain't got time to play with you. Understand me, this is how we are. But to still operate with so much poise. This is him. This is why we struggle to take on that Christ-like conscience, because our natural, we ready to flex. But Christ conscious, it's like, wait a minute, poise. Collect yourself. Get right. And you say something cool like, hand it to me. What you got, just hand it to me. That's when you know you're really sick of folk. Understand me. That's how you know. That's how you know when you're really sick of folk. When you don't even go outside your way. Understand me. When you go back and you read that chapter, this is me just talking about sleepwalkers. This is what we do, even in the natural, right? When we looking at our kids, when we sick and tired of saying the same thing, and we didn't explain it over and over, and we didn't showed it to them over and over again, and they still act like they can't do it. What we say, give it to me. And when they give it to you, then you just go ahead and do it, and you do it so that they can see it, and you never even say nothing. You don't give none of the instructions. You don't tell them how you about to do it or nothing. You just snatch it and you just go to doing it, because at that moment you already know that you're sick of them. I'm sick of you. Understand? Oh, you have to stare down, be real, because as you're doing it, you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And they know that they better not bring it back over to you, not now, another time, because you ain't got time to be playing with them. That's what I'm talking about. So it's in this moment. Understand, he didn't go through you didn't see me do this, you didn't see me do that, you didn't see me work this sign, you didn't see me work this wonder. He didn't do none of that. He just said, hand it to me. And what I'm saying by saying this story to you today, some of us are at our breaking point. And we feel like, you know what, Coach, I'm mourning. I'm mourning people that are still very much alive. I'm mourning people that I thought that I would be with for the rest of my life. I'm mourning situations, things that I've gone through. Understand me, I've been dealing with this for so long. This is where I'm at. And I'm ready to turn all of that loose. I'm ready to walk away from that, because I know that I deserve more, that I could really be living my very best life. But I know that I sometimes feel like I'm caught up in the in-betweens with this thing, right? I'm in that in-betweens. I'm in-betweens cussing everybody out, right? And crashing all the way out. And I'm trying not to do this right now. Understand me. I know that. I know. And what I'm telling you today is that Jesus experienced that same type of crash out. Understand me. He experienced that same moment. Understand. And you have to make the decision that he had to make. Baby, you have to be willing to give it to him. You have to be willing to release it so that he can handle it, so that he can mold and shape it and do what he needs to do with it. You have to be willing to let it go. This is what you got to be willing to do. So when they put into his hand, then he multiplied what he multiplied. He did what he did, right? Now at this moment, this is what happens in that moment, right? After he done it, this is how you know when you done got on somebody's last nerve right here. And this is what we at, right? He told them after he done fed them, now y'all go ahead on. Y'all go ahead on. Because like we said before, he had just got this news before this happened. That's right, Gigi. But I have to put something in front of that. It's the power of dismissing. I always tell y'all to issue people the gift of goodbye. You have to know when the gift of goodbye is when you're done with a person. Dismissing is when you know you're going to come back together, but for this moment, I need to dismiss you. It's like when you go to school and then the dismissal, that means that you're gone for the day, but you're going to return. You have to know the power of dismissal. I need a break from y'all. I need time away from y'all. I need y'all go ahead, and I'm going to catch up with y'all later on, right? So at this moment, they're gathering up the remains of the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread. They're getting all their stuff together, right? They're getting all their stuff together, and they're going ahead, and he telling them, y'all go ahead out there on the boat. And when he go out there when they going out there to go to the boat, what does the Bible say he does? They said he goes up there to go pray. This is Matthew 14, 22 through 36. Matthew 14, 22 through 36. This is where he at. And straightaway, Jesus constrained the disciples to go and get into the ship. He constructed the disciples to go get into the ship and to go before him onto the other side while he sent the multitude away, right? So before, keep in mind, they were asking, can they send the multitude away? He wasn't finna let them send the multitude away because he already knew that he was dealing with sleepwalkers. If I let y'all do it, then y'all gonna be rude, y'all gonna be disrespectful, y'all gonna do too much. Understand me? So no, y'all go get in the boat. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all are dismissed. Y'all go get in the boat, take what you got, go get in the boat, I catch up with y'all. And while they going to do that, what does he do? He handled his father's business. Understand me? Why? Because he understands that some things has to be handled, you know what I'm saying, in a way that is not rude or disrespectful. This is how you're supposed to handle people's hearts, handle people's spirits. Understand me? This is why I say I've never gotten into, and I would never understand a person trying to humiliate a person or down a person or degrade an individual, because that's not Christ-like. Judging an individual, making an individual feel inferior or inadequate in any type of way or unwelcome in any type of way, that's not of Christ. Understand me? That's not God-like behavior. Understand me? He could have let these disciples dismiss this multitude, but because of the way that they presented it in the very beginning, I know we ain't talking about this the last time I taught this, but I tell y'all I be seeing stuff different all the time. So understand me. So this is the reason why. Go get on the boat. You have to shoot something. Go get on the boat. Y'all my people, but y'all be doing too much. Anybody in the chat ever got somebody in your life right now? I want to see who's going to be real. Who got somebody in your life right now? You love them. I love you, and you my people, but you be doing too much. And you have, yeah, go ahead, yeah. Go ahead. You do too much. Anybody got that do too much person in their life? Yeah, I got a couple of them. They do too much. So it's only certain things that you say to them or around them because they do too much. Baby, you do too much. I love you. Understand me? I'm gonna get back up with you in a little bit, but baby, you do too much. Anybody gotta do too much? Okay. I see LaShonda, Nikki with the word. Nikki, you got one? Okay. I see you. It's some people over there. They got Miss B. Miss B gotta do too much. Oh yeah, you gotta do the most. Oh, she gotta do the most over there. Oh, okay. This is the disciples. He like, y'all go ahead. Why? He sent the multitude away. And when he sent the multitude away, he went up into the mountain apart to pray. And when the evening had come, he was there alone. When the evening had come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed the waves, for the winds was contrary. He went into the mountains. He went up on the mountain to pray because he was in mourning about what had happened to his cousin. But what I'm showing you is that everything that we do has to be decent and in order. He did not stop what he was doing in that moment with the multitude to say, my cousin just passed, so I'm going to go and pray first. I'm going to go mourn first. I'm going to go cry first. I'm going to go through this and go through that first, and then I'll come back and I'll deal with you. That's not what happened. He took care of his father's business first and then went up to the mountain to go and to pray and to go through his emotions. This is what happens, and this is what we have to do on a regular basis. Understand me? It's not hiding your feelings. It's not hiding your feelings. It's not saying that, oh yeah, you're not going to go through something, but it's saying that you have to put God in before everything that you do. You have to allow him to truly lead your life. You have to be trusting and believing that he's going to work out everything that needs to be worked out. That's it. That's all. Understand me? And a lot of us, we do it backwards. This is what we do. We do it backwards. Instead of us handling what we need to handle and handling it God's way, we do it our way. And when we do it our way, we never make it to God's way. Oh, when we do it our way, we do it our way, and we never make it to God's way. Why? Because when we do it our way, we get wrapped up into our feelings, wrapped up into our emotions, wrapped up into what we feel, that we forget to remember who was in control. One more time, hear me. This might go over a little bit. Friends say, absolutely. Pay attention. There's a reason why When we do things our way, we get wrapped up in our emotions of the thing. Your emotions will shut you completely down. When you are hurt by something, it will put you to a point where you won't get up, you won't eat, you won't shower, you won't function. You then all of a sudden dealing with stress and anxiety and depression and everything else. And you be so down bad that you forget to remember that God is in control of it all. This is why it's not a good thing to get wrapped up inside of your feelings in your bag, because understand me, that you're gambling with yourself. Because what happens is you get so mad, so frustrated, and so annoyed with life that you stop. And by the time that you realize that you are that deep, you already that deep. By the time that you realize that you that bad off, you already far away. Well, I'm talking about bad off. This is why you should always, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you a good example. When you're going through something in life, right? When you can feel like it's the worst time ever. And this is what it was for me. When I lost my brother, it was the worst time ever. I lost my brother to cancer. And he had 7 different types of cancer in his body. And when I lost my brother, everybody wanted this response of, oh, you have to sit down and you have to mourn and you have to do this and you have to do that and go through all these things. And everybody else was doing these things, right? And I was the person that was still getting up. I still went to work. I still did all my business, handled everything the way that I needed to handle everything that was connected to me. And people were looking at me like, how in the world, and this is her brother, like her blood brother, same mama, same daddy. Sheila Roy, he Roy, they close like this. This is what's going on. How in the world is this happening? My thing was, I understood how God worked. Understand me. And if I stop right now, then I'm going to allow anger. I'm going to allow frustration. I'm going to allow stress and anxiety. I'm going to allow depression to find a space to pull up a table in my life. And I refuse to do that. So I continue to push myself. And every day it was, God, I trust you. Whatever it is, let your will be done. Understand me. However you're going to move, go ahead and do what you're going to do. And I'm telling you, the moment that you put God in front of everything that you're dealing with, your response to life is not going to be the same as everybody else's. When you allow God to run your life, to really lead your life, how when other people thinking that you're going to be falling now and falling over, trying to get into the casket with the person and down in the grave with all, understand me, they don't understand. They don't understand it. But when you put God before everything that you're facing in life and you continue to be about his business, God goes to work in the dark. I'm telling you, goes to work in the dark. They'll be looking at you, how you going to work and still functioning and still got that type of peace, that type of aura about you. I thought you would be so sad and so this and so that. And you're like, nah, man, God good. God is so good, That's the only thing that's guaranteed is that one day we ain't going to be here. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. And right there in that moment, every single time that you say that to yourself, you get a little more. And it's just like all of a sudden you're consumed with nothing but that love, nothing but that peace. It's like everything about your life just starts to transform so much that you look back and it's almost like you're having an out-of-body experience, because your natural man is saying, shouldn't we be laying down? Shouldn't we be crying? Shouldn't we be sliding out the chair like everybody else? You're having an out-of-body experience because you're not responding the way that the world wants you to respond. This was the moment that I knew for a fact that I wasn't like everybody else. This was that moment. And I say that to say, like, we're going to experience things in life. We're going to deal with things in life, but we cannot allow the things that we're going through, the experiences that we have, understand me, we cannot allow those things to destroy us or to consume us. We cannot allow those things, understand me, to stop what God is doing in our life. We cannot allow life and its unexpected blows and its inconsistencies. We cannot allow those things to stop us, to stunt our growth, to stifle our feet, because these are going to be the things that the enemy is going to use on a regular basis. The loss of a loved one, understand me, the breakup, these different, you know what I'm saying, family turning their backs on us. These things are normal things. These things are definitely going to happen. Understand me, if you have not experienced them, then guess what? At one point or your life, you're going to. Nobody is exempt from this. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. Understand me, I want you to know that. I'm not being insensitive, but I am being real. Understand me, this is the season that we're in. You cannot allow life to have that type of power and authority over you that every time something happens, then you stop. Every time something happens, then you get stifled, you get stuck, you start shrinking. You cannot allow that to happen. It's okay to reset, but if you don't have to reset, then why are you resetting? Understand me, it's okay to redo, but if you don't have to redo, why are you redoing? Understand me, I'm tired of starting over. Give me what I need to keep me from always having to start over. I don't care what nobody say. Baby, I'm tired of starting over. Give me the tools. Give me the techniques. Give me the information. Give me the clarity. Give me what I need to keep me from always having to start over. I want to get something finished. Do you hear me? That's where I'm at in my life. Understand me. It's okay. I'm not judging nobody at all. If you want to start over every month, that's you. I'm tired of starting over. I don't want to do that no more. I want to do it right the first time. Yeah. If I gotta start, I will. But I want to start doing something right, accomplishing something. I want to see strides, growth, development in my life. We take that reset and we go crazy with it. Okay, sis, you done reset 5 times. Now, when are you gonna get this right? Okay. We understood the first couple of times you said it, and we showed sympathy, you know what I'm saying, for the first time that you did. But baby, when is that going to come off the table? You know, when we going to stop saying that it was this and it was that? Understand me. Again, what did I tell y'all before? God's grace is for your mistakes, not your patterns. Understand me. Some of y'all got patterns. This ain't a mistake. This is a pattern. You're doing the same thing over and over again on purpose. You are knowledgeable about what it is that you're doing, and you're doing it intentionally, and then you're asking for grace for something that you did purposely. Why are you asking for forgiveness for something that you done on purpose? You did that on purpose. That was very intentional. When what you done. What are you talking about? You knew it was hot before you put your hand in it. You knew you was wrong when you did it, and you did it anyway. Come on. It's time to start growing up. Come on, it's time to start growing up. Walking around wide sleep is played. Played. At our big old age, walking around wide sleep is played. Hear me, it's played. And it's time to get real about our life and ourselves. You understand me? If we're supposed to be the example for the younger ones, what are we showing them? What are we teaching them? What type of role models are we really being for them? If we can't even be consistent in our own life, if they can't even see us and see us loving ourselves, see us and see us being committed to the commitments that we make to ourselves, if they see us and see that we're inconsistent, when they see us and they see that all we do is lie, and not just lying to other folk, but lying to ourselves, talking about, oh, we gonna do this and we gonna do that, and we don't go do none of it, they're watching you. Come on, thank you, nurse. I appreciate you. They're watching you. When you tell your kids, kids, I'm about to start reading my Bible. I'm starting to go in the gym. We about to start eating healthy around here. And you do it for a couple of weeks and then you stop. You just taught them to be inconsistent. You just taught them to say one thing and to do something else. And as soon as when they get old enough, they're definitely going to throw that right back in your face. They're going to let you know, well, you the one who be talking about we going to eat good. And then all of a sudden, 2 days later, we back to this. You the one who said you was going to start doing this. And then 5 days later, you back to that. They already calling you a liar indirectly. Already. They are following you. They're watching you. We have to teach them how to handle these difficult situations. We have to teach them how to show up in life, not through our words, but through our actions, through the way that we show up and the way that we behave on a regular basis. This is our job. This is our job. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before loving anybody else. It is your favorite online motivational speaker and life coach. It's your girl, street poet. And I'm back over here. I'm about to talk about, I was about to say it's your girl, street poet. Teaching on sleepwalkers, but it's your favorite online motivational speaker and life coach. It's your girl, Street Poet, and we are teaching again this week on sleepwalkers, just going back to all the different stories that we've taught about in 2024 and showing the moments in which some of these disciples or some of these people were actually having a sleeping type of experience, right? So that's what we've been teaching on last week and this week as well. Man, it was so much. We had so much to unpack. We had to drag it into a whole nother week. So this is where we at right now, when I was just telling you guys that it's time to wake up, man. It really and truly is. But if I blessed your soul this morning, if I lifted your spirit, if I motivated you, inspired you in any type of way, shape, or form, double tap on my screen. Send me some love real quick. Double tap on that screen. I need 6 badges over here on IG. Real quick, Facebook, if you guys do not mind. If I blessed your soul, if I lifted your spirit this morning, send me a blessing through Cash App. That's your favorite speaker. The Cash App is down there on the bottom right there. It's highlighted, your favorite speaker. If I blessed your soul, if I gave you a word this morning, if I motivated you in any type of way, shape, or form, or if I just gave you confirmation, if you was just like, you know what, I needed that word, that's definitely me. I definitely operate like that. You know what I'm saying? Double tap on that screen, send me some love. What's going on? Yes, time to wake up. It really and truly is, man. Y'all already know Saturday, February 1st, I will be speaking in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago. I am coming to your city. That's going to be Saturday, February the 1st. I'm coming to Chicago. In Atlanta, Georgia, that's going to be Saturday, February the 15th. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia. And then I will be coming out to Los Angeles, March 1st and 2nd. Y'all can catch me out there in Los Angeles, California. That's where I'm going to be on my way to. And then the end of March, that's the 28th through the 30th, I will be in Tennessee for my very first retreat. I'm super excited about that. Everybody who have booked a bed for the cabin at the retreat, keep in mind it's time for you guys. It's next payment from your deposit. Go ahead and get that paid up real quick because we getting it out the way. The bed's already sold out. We about to have us a time out there in Tennessee. It's gonna be everything that I know that it's supposed to be, man. I am too ready for it. Thank you so much, Kira. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. I love you guys so much, man, and I want you guys to have an amazing day. Y'all double tap on that screen. Where y'all at? Y'all almost there. Y'all got 180.7. What's the Cash App? Your favorite speaker. YOUR. Favorite. FAVORITE. Speaker. 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 Your favorite speaker is the Cash App. That's for anybody that wanted to drop a blessing via Cash App. Because like I said, on Facebook, my witch column is down, so I can't do it. My payout have some issues over there. Yeah, man, the Tennessee, don't worry, y'all. I got another cabin trip coming too. That one is sold out. The Tennessee one is sold out, y'all. That's for the first retreat. They already got the beds. The next retreat is going to drop. It's going to be for November. So we got one at the beginning of the year, which is going to be at March, and then we're going to have one in November, which is going to be that 4th quarter retreat. So we got a 1st quarter retreat and a 4th quarter retreat. The 4th quarter one, we're going to start getting the cabins for. We're going to probably do 2 cabins this time instead of 1. That way everybody will be able to get in. Jazz Poll, the Atlanta tickets, I'll drop the flyer on my page again for you over here on Facebook. I'll drop it on Facebook and then a story on Instagram so you can see for Atlanta, Chicago, I got the flyer up on my IG. If you go to my Instagram page, I got that flyer on my IG page, and it's also up on my Facebook right now. So you guys go and grab that, because I know she's cutting the ticket sales off on the 20th. It's going to be off on the 20th. Thank you so much, Jeffers, because I can't pronounce the first part, but I appreciate your Cash App. Thank you so much. I can't pronounce your first name. So, all right, guys, you guys have an amazing day. I love you guys, and y'all be good on purpose. I will see everybody else. Thank you so much, Crystal Love. I'll see everybody else on Patreon, Chosen Family. I'll see y'all at 12 o'clock for prayer. I love you guys inside the Patreon. I'll talk to y'all soon.